Today we're taking a look at these MLB matches, which are happening on Monday, May 22, 2023, and giving you our team and total picks for today. Welcome back to High Stakes. Before we dive into our video, don't forget to subscribe and to push the notification bell so you don't miss any of our videos. Also check out our Patreon if you want access to our premium picks. Our Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. You will find the link to our Patreon in the description and comments section below. Denver Nuggets vs Los Angeles Lakers. The Nuggets did what top seeds are supposed to do, take care of business. They hung around on Saturday night, and then when winning time came, they pulled away and won 119-108. Maybe there should be a TV series about them. The Nuggets now lead 3-0, and I don't have to tell you how many teams in NBA history have come back from a 0-3 deficit. If you don't know, the answer would be 0, none, nada, because has never happened before. Denver shot 50% from the floor and 41% from 3 in the game, ruining the night for Jack Nicholson, who managed to get out of bed to attend this game. Denver made 17 threes, with Jamal Murray making 5 of them. Murray was the best player on the floor in this game with 37 points, 7 rebounds, and 6 assists. Nikola Jokic added 24 points, 6 boards and 8 assists, while Kentavious Caldwell-Pope chipped in with 17 points. Michael Porter had a double-double with 14 points and 10 rebounds. As you already know, no team in NBA history has come back from a 0-3 hole in the playoffs, so the odds of the Lakers advancing to the finals are slim. At this point, after Saturday's 119-108 loss in LA, it's just about taking one step at a time, said Lakers star LeBron James. Just got to get one, said James, reported ESPN. Just one at a time. Just focus on Game 4, and you know, that's all you can really think about. James had a pretty good game on Saturday, with 23 points, 12 assists and 7 rebounds, but he was just 8 of 19 from the floor and missed 4 of 6 attempts in the final stanza. Anthony Davis brought it, with 28 points and 18 rebounds, as did Austin Reeves, who scored 23 points with 7 rebounds and 5 assists. But D'Angelo Russell shrunk with just 3 points and 4 assists in 20 minutes of action. Rui Hachimura added 13 points off the bench. The Lakers were just 10 of 32 from 3 and shot 45% from the floor. This series is over, for all intents and purposes, but I just can't see the Lakers getting swept. Veterans like James and Davis are too proud to let themselves get swept in front of Jack and the rest of their home crowd. The Nuggets are just a better team and have been all season, and they'll make this interesting, but the Lakers will pull this one out down the stretch. The Nuggets are just 2-5 against the spread in the last 7 meetings in Los Angeles. But look for a gentleman's sweep and for this thing to end in Game 5 back in Denver. Take the Lakers giving up the points. Our team pick is Lakers minus 3.5 points. Nikola Jokic and Jamal Murray seemingly treated Game 3 like a relay race, as Murray was spectacular with 30 points in the first half and added very little scoring after that. Jokic took the reins in the fourth quarter, scoring 15 points in the frame to help Denver pull away for good. It wasn't the most complete game from either guy, but combined with 14-plus points from Michael Porter Jr., 14, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, 17, and Bruce Brown, 15, it might have been the most complete team performance from the Nuggets in this series, as their highly ranked defense finally had a better shooting percentage from the floor than LA did for the first time in this series, 50% versus 45%. It took taking a 3-0 series lead in this Western Conference Finals for this Nuggets team to get anywhere near the level of respect they deserve on a national level, and now that the Nuggets are finally hearing some praise on top of the cushion they've got, Game 4 could turn into a betting spot where the Nuggets get a little too comfortable and look like a team with a surprising to many 3-0 series lead. Make no mistake about it either, the pressure is off Denver for now, as you never want to be the first NBA team to ever lose a series after being up 3-0, but when it's just Game 4, that pressure just isn't there yet. With the point spread much shorter than it was for Game 3, and it now being the definition of a must-win spot for LA, with Denver possibly playing like a team that knows they've got this big cushion, and getting behind the Nuggets ATS for Game 4 seems awfully hard to do. The Lakers will tell you it was a bad start, down 32-20 after first quarter, and bad finish, lost fourth quarter 35-26, that doomed them in Game 3, and they wouldn't necessarily be wrong. But the Nuggets have now had at least one of their stars score 30+ in every game, whereas LeBron's never hit that mark in this series, and Anthony Davis only had 30+ in Game 1's loss. As much as the secondary scoring outside of Austin Reeves struggled for LA in Game 3, they likely need one of their superstars to go off in each game the rest of the way and see what the scoreboard says at the end. Not the best betting strategy to rely on, but the Lakers will be willing to throw everything they've got at the Nuggets in Game 4. Long term, it might not be enough for the Lakers in this series, but Game 3's loss has turned Game 4 into a decent betting spot for LA. For one, now that the overinflated Lakers hype balloon has popped with a 0-3 series deficit that's never been overcome in history starting them in the face, the market perspective may have flipped too much with this difference in the point spreads between the two games. That Lakers tax that sometimes gets referenced just isn't as steep in this case, in a situational spot where there is no tomorrow for the Lakers with a loss. Considering most were giving this team a 2-2 series tie before any home games were played, one home loss shouldn't necessarily change that thought for Game 4 specifically, even if it does change it drastically for the long-term prospects of the series. The idea that Denver could play very loose with that 3-0 series lead here can only really lead to thoughts of an overplay. A loose team that already has issues with communication and execution on defense at times could lead the Nuggets to over-rely on their offensive capabilities in an effort to get this sweep. Given how good their offense is, it's hard to fault the Nuggets for possibly thinking that way, as they could still view Game 3 as one where they only got one good offensive half from Jokic and Murray. Remember, Denver still owns a 4-1-1 record on the road in these playoffs, and while the push was lucky to get there thanks to OT, the lone under came in the closeout game versus Phoenix by 1.5 points in a 25-point blowout that had 93 total points in the second half after scoring 132 combined in the opening 24 minutes. Higher scoring road games have been the norm for Denver in these playoffs. If that's the norm for the Nuggets once again, then the situation of the series being 3-0 and the Lakers needing to throw everything they've got at Denver to stay alive only helps the idea of points being scored here. LA will likely need one of James or Davis to score 30+ to come away with a victory, and after an off night for some like D'Angelo Russell, 1-for-8 in Game 3, I can get behind the thought that more of the Lakers' supporting cast contributes on the scoring side of things. Denver's always going to be looking to push, especially so with this much of a series cushion, and the Lakers have to be ready to match. Denver is 12-7-0 this year as a road underdog, and both sides still have to figure they need 120+ for a chance to win. I believe we get to that point regardless of which side ultimately takes Game 4. Our total pick is over 224.5 points.